In the second issue of the rebooted Star Wars comic by Charles Soule, Luke has a vision of a shrouded woman through the Force. We recently learned the identity of the mysterious figure. It was only 3 issues later, but with all the delays in comics, it actually took over 7 months for us to find out. With so much time in between issues, many readers had correctly guessed the woman's identity as Verla from Charles Soule's previous Darth Vader comic, which is pretty awesome. Soule has always been good at tying in elements of his previous work into his new in very natural ways. Luke tracks her down on an unknown planet where she clearly wishes to remain hidden. He chases her through a handful of traps, but she is able to sense that he means her no harm. She educates him about Order 66, the details behind the fall of the Jedi Order, and the Imperial Inquisitors. It's pretty great seeing Luke learn this history that Obi-Wan never had the time to tell him. We've also seen that Imperial propaganda greatly altered the facts, so it's easy to assume Luke had never actually heard the full story of the destruction of the Jedi outside of the fact that Darth Vader helped hunt them all down. It continues to give us this sense that Luke is just completely in over his head. We're still just after The Empire Strikes Back, but I imagine this comic will help us see Luke's journey to becoming the near Jedi that he is at the start of Episode 6. His discussion with Verla doesn't end great, but of course he's going to find his way out of trouble, and I have to assume she will have a hand in teaching him a little more about the Force. After all, she is Force-sensitive as well. She briefly had a teacher of her own, Farron Barr, but in my opinion, he wasn't exactly the best example of what a Jedi should be. He was aggressive and manipulative, luring and even mind-tricking allies to join his fight. Verla seemed to be the only one he actually gave a second thought because the Force was with her. She encountered a handful of Inquisitors firsthand, and her master ensured that she survived and escaped, urging her to find another master to continue her training. There's currently a 20-year gap in her history. It's possible she did find another teacher, but I think it's unlikely. I wonder if Farron Barr was her only teacher, and if that's the case, Luke might not be in the best hands here. She might lead him down a darker path, which he would probably be receptive to at this point. He's feeling abandoned and betrayed by Obi-Wan, and when we first see him in Return of the Jedi, he's force-choking Gamorrean guards. Maybe Verla winds up giving him some of that darkness because that's likely what she learned from Barr. But on the flip side, if that's where Verla's mind is at, it would be interesting to see Luke balance her out. One of the points of taking on a Padawan is for Jedi to continue their own training, for them to learn from their apprentices. Verla might have a hand in pushing Luke to be a little darker, but maybe he will have a hand in making her a little lighter. She's living in fear right now, which never leads to good things in Star Wars. Maybe Luke can give her some of her courage back. Thankfully, we won't have to wait multiple months to find out. Issue 6 comes out in September, and the tagline for it even reads, "The Path to Jedi Wisdom" or "A Deadly Trap of the Dark Side." It goes on to say that Luke's trials have only begun. What do you think? Can Luke trust Verla, or will she be more trouble than he bargained for? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.